It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with...
He is the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali, fighting out of Louisville, Kentucky. Float like a... The Gypsy. This bout is so much hype. Here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? Counter punching. He blocks the jab. Nice counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. Johnny, a lot of fighters focus on their defense with their hands up. This fighter focuses on their defense with their footwork, moving on those angles, staying out of danger.
Do not give an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Catch and shoot. They exchange punches. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice punch. You'd like to see more jabs. Punch, counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Ali in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they fly.
To beat a counter-puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They blocked the left there. It's obvious which one of these fighters has to get on the inside.
Done that before. Use your reach, use your speed. Frustrate the opponent. Make them make a mistake.
The stamina is off the... Hold that thought! Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? Talk about Ali in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? The bell rings and we start the third. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
hard. My motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Caution being thrown to the wind. Well, we know what the game plan is going to be for this fighter. He's got to stick and move and avoid the big shots from the bigger man.
When you're fighting somebody so big, this is when you've got to stick to your game plan. You deviate, you're out of there.
Both men step back for just a moment. Down goes Fury. Let's see that again.
A shot from the gods took him out.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Talk about Fury in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved.
It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Where did that come from? What a
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
And he scores with the counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch and just got countered. Neither fighter willing to slow down. And he misses with the left uppercut. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
You're being put down.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got a hustle now. He's got a bluff.
incredible work rate. A lot of effort being exerted here. The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Ali in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
The bell, sometimes it can be the...
There's the bell for round 6. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Is he going to punch himself out, though? Is he going to punch himself out, though? When are we going to see a jab from these two? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about fury in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
You cannot cast out if you...
And there's the bell for round 7. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Misses with the straight left. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about fury in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
There's a lot on the line here.
Now's a tougher fight, and he's going to be confident. He will take that.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. Feels good. Good round. Good.
And we enter the 8th round. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Tyson Fury just got buzzed. His eyes don't look good. Body language. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
That's lights out right there.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
They need to turn this around halfway through.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's down to them doing their job. They get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to... Their vision is being impaired, no doubt about it, but is the referee going to stop it here? So time back in. Let's keep fighting. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
I love this round.
And we enter the 9th. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
His stamina is off the charts. Both men step back for just a moment. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. No rest for the weary. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about fury in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
This is when we talk about championship material.
Some bad rounds, all right, but we don't care.
Great. I love that. I love that. That jab's slick.
Just switch back on. Get focused. Get your minds on the job. Get back out there.
That's beautiful. That's it. Just start working a few body shots in there. Hurry up.
And here comes the 10th round. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. These punches coming from every angle. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Another win, another unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.